Describe the role and function of a compliance officer. Section 17, paragraph 1 of the FASE Act states that any authorized FSP with more than one key individual and representative must appoint at least one compliance officer to monitor compliance with the Act. The compliance officer must be approved by the registrar, and it is the key individual's responsibility to maintain the compliance function. Consider the following example. Sue is the owner and sole proprietor of an authorized FSP. She does not employ any representatives. Is she obliged to appoint an external compliance officer? No. Sue's business only has one key individual and representative, namely herself, and therefore she may act as her own compliance officer. The role and function of the compliance officer is as follows. Monitor compliance with relevant legislation, identifying and improving weak or vulnerable areas in the business. Compliance officers should be effective and constantly tested and reviewed. The compliance officer must supervise the key individual in terms of setting up appropriate compliance procedures. Where improvement areas are identified, the compliance officer should make written recommendations to the FSP where remedial action is detailed. Finally, an annual compliance report needs to be submitted to the registrar, which should also detail any irregularity in the conduct of the business, irrespective of whether services of the compliance officer have subsequently been terminated. It is important to note that the compliance function and accountability therefore cannot be delegated to a compliance officer. The FSP is ultimately responsible and accountable for the establishment and maintenance of the function.